Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I am Tamiru Nimsal. Let's have a look at the headlines. Education system to go through a drastic curriculum transformation. Minister asserts. Government takes steps to redefine education's role within the economy. News in detail. Minister of Education Susil Premjayantha said that the government is planning to deviate from exam-centric education towards a more practical approach with the introduction of modules and relevant assessment criteria. The minister said this speaking at an event held in Colombo recently.
We are in the process of transformation of education. So we want to deviate from exam-centric education to the practical. So introduce modules. Then assessment will be done in the classroom by the teacher in charge of that particular subject. Then and there, so they evaluate the student and give some marks. Now, supposing the student is weak, so the teacher has time to correct that. So at the end of the year, only one assessment, especially in the primaries. So after 2028, there won't be no failures in GCO level. We allow all the students who study up to GCO level to select their path, either the academic or vocation training. So they don't want to leave the school. So they can stay there another 2 years and continue their academic studies or vocation training. Then they will be directed to vocation training programs.
Speaking at the event, the minister also revealed that a pilot project is currently in the works to introduce artificial intelligence along with information technology in 17 selected schools with the support of Microsoft.
Very soon we are going to introduce IT with AI. The content development completed, and we are starting a pilot project covering 17 schools, and we are supported by Microsoft. The teachers will be trained. There are another 2 projects. I think the DG of the TRC and the chairman, they know it very well. 2 days ago, the cabinet approved providing the 1,500 smart boards to the schools where we have GC advanced level streams. And at the same time, we are getting another grant within next couple of weeks to introduce another 1,000 smart boards. So altogether, there will be 2,500 smart boards will be introduced by May, June. And then TRC is responsible for fiber optic connections. By so far, I think they have given about 750 connections. So by May, June, they have to complete the project by supplying 1,250 lead cluster schools. So there will be administrative reforms in the country, categorization of the schools, primary, junior secondary and senior secondary.
A cabinet committee has been established to formulate and implement a national education policy framework recognizing the pivotal role of education in economic transformation. National Education Policy Framework and related initiatives discussed and decided upon during the Cabinet Committee meeting convened by President Ranil Wickremesinghe recently. A bill for the establishment of the National Teachers' Council will be submitted to Parliament within a month. The Council aims to enhance teacher professionalism, introduce a teacher certification system and foster active teacher participation in decision making. Efforts will be made to increase the number of schools offering education in English medium for the current 765 to 1,000 to accommodate the growing demand for English medium education. This initiative aims to enroll at least 200,000 students in English medium education by 2025. President Wickremesinghe has instructed the recruitment of 2,500 new teachers to expedite the implementation of English medium education. Additionally, 1,000 qualified retired teachers and 1,100 graduates proficient in teaching in English medium will be recruited to meet the immediate demand. Every student will be granted a school completion certificate irrespective of their performance in national examinations to recognize the skills and subjects they have acquired throughout their schooling. Stay tuned. We will return after the short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Minister of Wildlife Pavitra Wanniyarachchi said that the Ministry of Finance has approved the deployment of 4,500 multitask development officers to aid in elephant fence conservation efforts within the Ministry of Wildlife. The minister made this revelation at a press conference held at the Presidential Media Centre recently. Minister Wanniyarachchi said that efforts are underway to demarcate forest boundaries as part of a project aimed at increasing the country's forest coverage to 32% of the total land area. The minister also said that the Umawe project's first phase has been successfully completed, providing new water to 20,000 acres of land and generating 120 megawatt of hydropower. The project aims to supply water to 350 small tanks and 7 medium-sized tanks, benefiting 75,000 families. She said the construction of the mini Peanicut and a 74-kilometer canal will provide irrigation facilities to approximately 15,500 families during both Yala and Maha seasons. Preparations are also underway to supply water to 350 small tanks and 7 medium-sized tanks through the Northwest Canal, benefiting 75,000 families with safe irrigation and drinking water. She added that a 96-kilometer canal is under construction from the Moragahakandu Reservoir to Hurulu Lake and Mahakanadarawa to provide water to 2,300 hectares of land and benefit 175,000 families. The oil palm cultivation or the palm oil industry became a controversial topic in Sri Lanka, pushing the government to ban the oil palm cultivation since 2021. The oil palm cultivators and the companies engaging in the process of making palm oil lament that the president was making some plans to lift the ban, but suddenly the process has been halted. One of the recent studies has demonstrated that the palm oil industry in Sri Lanka currently saves approximately $70 million annually in foreign exchange outflows and meets around 6% of the domestic edible oil demand. The same study by the Institute of Policy Research also reveals that the industry generates employment for over 33,000 individuals and attracts a capital investment of 23 billion Sri Lankan rupees. The 2021 ban on oil palm cultivation in Sri Lanka was primarily driven by concerns of its long-term environmental impact owing to soil erosion, drying of springs, thus affecting biodiversity and life of the community. The oil palm cultivators and the companies engaging in the process of making palm oil counterattack that all those allegations were not proven and politically motivated campaigns. Accordingly, they demand the president and the government to lift the ban on the oil palm cultivation.
People who banned palm oil did not know the uses of palm oil, and then the bakeries and all the other confectionery went and protested, saying that they can't do their business without palm oil, and they realized that palm oil is essential. It's an essential ingredient for the industries. Then the government lifted that import ban, but they still kept the oil palm planting ban because these are done only by the plantation companies. So we have no vote base, It's all, political issues here. That's why, if you ban tea or rubber, the politician can't go to a village and contest. Among the plantation companies, you can't. They are quite safe to play around. If you think about, the things that they banned at the same time, like chemical fertilizers, chemical insecticides, all those were reversed. Those gases notifications were reversed. Because why? There were protests against that by the general public. But here there is no protest because there was no public organized on this campaign. There was nobody planting oil palm when you compare tea and rubber or any other crop, because it was not given, the benefit was not given to the public to plant by the government. So we got isolated, and the plantation companies are suffering now.
The oil palm cultivators who are currently having invested in the industry assured that meeting the local edible oil demand in the country is indeed a challenge without imports, but they assure significant curtailment of the foreign exchange outflows. They invite the authorities with them for a responsible palm oil industry which can guarantee magnificent economic benefits without forgetting the environmental sustainability.
වතු සමාගම් වල මෙච්චර කාල පවතිච්ච භෝගයන් අධ්‍යයනය කරාම තමයි අපිට තේරෙන්නේ පාම් වගාව නිදහසේ කරන්න පුළුවන් වගාවක් කියලා. ඇත්තටම මේ වගාව තහනම් වෙච්ච වගාවක් මේ වෙනකොට. අපි විවිධ අංශ සමග සාකච්ඡා කරා මේ වගාව නිදහස් කරලා දෙන්න, ඒ වගේම මහජනතාවට කුඩා ගෝයින්ට මේක වගා කරන්න අවස්ථාව ලබා දෙන්න කියලා. ඒ පිළිබඳ යම් කිසි කතිකාවතක් ගොඩ නැගුණා. ගොඩ නැගිලා හැබැයි මේ වෙනකොට ඒක යම් කිසි ස්ථානයක නැවතිලා වගේ අපිට පේනවා. ජනාධිපතිතුමා යම් කිසි තීරණයක් අරගෙන තිබුණා මේක නිදහස් කරනවා කියන මට්ටමට. හැබැයි ඒ තීන්දුව ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්න ටිකක් ප්‍රමාදයි වගේ අපිට තේරෙනවා. අපි කියන්නේ ජනාධිපතිතුමාට ගත්ත නිර්භීත තීන්දුව ඉතා ඉක්මනින් ක්‍රියාත්මක කළා මේ ගොවි ජනතාවට මේ වගාව වගා කරන්න අවස්ථාව ලබා දෙන්න කියලා.
ඔයිල් පාම් වගාවට මේ වෙනකොට රජයෙන් දීලා තියෙන තහනම ඉවත් කළා අපිට අවසර අරන් දෙන්න කියලා තමයි අපි රජයෙන් බල කළා ඉල්ලන්නේ. ගොඩනැගිලි පරීක්ෂණ ආයතනයෙන් කියනවා මේ ඔයිල් පාම් නාය යන අවදානම් තැන්වල හිටවන්න පුළුවන් කියලා.
අපි හැම වගාවටම ආදරේ. අපි වගා කරන සංගමයක් විදිහට අපි හැමෝටම හැමදේම තියෙනවා. අපි ඔයිල් ෆාම් විතරක් කරනව නෙමෙයි. එතකොට ඒ වගාවන් වලදී මර වෙනස තමයි දකින්න වියදමට වඩා ආදායම මේකේ වැඩි. අර වියදමට සාපේක්ෂව ආදායම අඩු. එතකොට මේ දෙක අතර පරතරය වැඩි නිසා තමයි අපි මේකට කැමති වෙන්නේ. චොක්ලට් එකක් ගත්තත් බිස්කට් එකක් ගත්තත් ඒ හැම එකේම දාලා තියෙනවා අපි දරුවට අරන් දෙන චොක්ලට් එකේ පවා තියෙන්නේ ඔයිල් ෆාම් අඩංගුව ඇත කියලා. එහෙනම් ඉතින් අපි දන්නවා මේක ගොඩක් නිෂ්පාදනයන් වලට ඕන වෙන දෙයක්. එතකොට අපි පිටරටින්ම ගේන්න ගියොත් අපි කොච්චරක් කියලා ගේන්නද? දැන් අපේ පුංචි වගාකරුවා මේක නිෂ්පාදනය කරලා දුන්නොත් අපිට යන ප්‍රමාණය පොඩක් අඩු වෙයි.
Stay tuned for stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today. The All Share Price Index gained 111.5 points to close at 11,286.9 and the S&P SL20 gained 36.75 points to close at 3,218.08. The turnover was 1.9 billion rupees and over 95 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all on news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.